Okay everyone, so I am going to do my best to do a little quick review of one of the best games on the PlayStation 4 made by the geniuses over at Naughty Dog. It is called The Last of Us Remastered. When most people think of zombie survival, most people would think of The Walking Dead or Minecraft of all things. Then in 2013, Naughty Dog came along and revolutionized the genre with some unique storytelling and impressive graphics. And yes, this used to be on the PlayStation 3 until a year later. A remastered upgrade was made for the PlayStation 4 with the Left Behind DLC included with the main game. I recommend the remastered PS4 edition over the original for a few reasons. 1, so you don't have to sit through a long loading screen on the PS3. 2, 1080p is very preferred over 720p, which is what the PS3 edition was limited to. And 3, you have the choice of either 30 or 60 frames per second, unless you really care about that kind of feature. So before we start getting into the game, I just want to say, spoilers! Before I finished this for the first time in 4 years, I always thought the Walking Dead Telltale games were some of the best, but since playing this all the way through, I may have changed my mind. The storytelling just blows every other zombie survival campaign game out of the water. It is the most realistic representation of loss and survival in a world consumed by madness, and I totally feel these real emotions for every character that we come across throughout the entire game. We somehow connect with every single character, and feel. That is the key word here. Feel what everyone goes through with loss and having to deal with the feeling of being alone in an empty world with nothing but other people eventually driven to madness. Our hero, Joel, is the biggest target for loss since he loses his daughter during the start of the zombie apocalypse. His character development really shows here, and eventually grows with every bit of gameplay. Not only does Joel feel these real human emotions, but so does the people he befriends around him. Everyone he meets seems to have some sort of conflict that either eventually gets solved or is made worse. Ellie seems to share the same bit of development with Joel too. We found out that she is infected, but somehow immune to it. Is it just taking longer than usual, or is she really immune to it? That seems to be the real mystery here. A majority of the way through the game, Joel and Ellie seem to grow towards one another, even though near the beginning, they were almost hostile towards each other. The series of events that both these characters go through helps develop their relationship towards each other. Most of the game feels like a movie, which I think is the direction that Naughty Dog was going for. It has all the action and most zombie apocalypse drama that you would expect from a Hollywood-style movie, and then some. In my opinion, there shouldn't be a need for a movie adaptation of this game, because technically, the game is a movie. A movie adaptation just feels like a waste, since most of the gameplay feels like a movie itself, and not just the cutscenes by themselves. The backgrounds and environments feel exactly like how you would see a zombie apocalypse, ruined highways covered in green moss, and nature itself. Nothing feels out of place, and feels like how the zombie apocalypse environment should be portrayed. The game does not use very much music, and for very good reason too. Most of the music is preserved for the cutscenes, since, like I said, most of the game is portrayed as a movie, which seems to make the most sense. No music piece feels out of place, and is matched perfectly with each cutscene that the game throws at you. And I almost forgot about the gameplay, considering everything else about the game itself is very well done for a PlayStation 4 game. The gameplay mostly feels like a Metal Gear Solid game, which uses almost the same sneaky mechanics. Some things that are different though is the combat system. Since the gameplay is in third person, you have no option to aim your gun in first person, but that is a necessary sacrifice in my opinion. There is also a crafting system, which you can improve your weapons for the gears that you find throughout the game. Most of the zombies here in the game are fused with fungus and are referred to as clickers. They can't see, but they can hear with sound, so the sneaky mechanic really goes into play here. You can lead them away by throwing bricks or beer bottles, which creates sound that they follow towards. You can either bypass them or sneak up on them and stab them in the neck, which is the only way you can kill them, compared to the other non-zombie enemies, which can be killed by either a knife or a strangle. A few things I love about the game is the winter segment and the ending itself. The David parts really left me speechless. When Ellie has the showdown with David, it does a great job of making me uncomfortable during the whole fight. The way he talks to Ellie and how he is able to detect movements by the broken glass on the floors. When Ellie does kill him, of course, is the part that I adored the most. As satisfying as it is to see justice served, it is also very emotional how it impacted Ellie later in the game, seeing how the world can be full of dangerous and mad people that are sick in the head. The ending is also something I look forward to when I play this. Joel finally gets to the hospital. He finds out that to get the cure to the widespread disease infecting everyone, they have to remove part of Ellie's brain, which would in turn kill her. Since he develops a relationship with her during their adventure, he doesn't take it too well. In a final climatic chase scene, he carries Ellie out of the hospital to the lower floor from the elevator, and we see Marlene for the final time, who tries to talk Joel out of it. He still takes Ellie with her, despite being the cure for all of mankind, though we can't really blame him for it, since he lost his daughter during the start of it all, so Ellie to him feels like a real daughter to him in the longest time, and we feel for why he made that decision in the long run. This is a definite must-have title for the PlayStation 4, and I highly recommend it for anyone with a PlayStation 4 system. This gets a 9 out of 10 for me, and I feel that Naughty Dog has made a masterpiece that will live on for all time. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, then go ahead and click that subscribe circle, and check out some of my other videos too if you ever feel like it. I really hope I can improve my writing skills after this. I didn't do such a good job of writing this script.